rewatching what DQ was able to do last night?
Yeah, a lot of good stuff last night. He was a big-time hub for us. Made plays. Guys moved well off of him. It wasn't just him. It was other guys putting in the effort and finding gaps to get open. And he did a great job just, commanding the offense and organizing the offense and making the right plays, making a simple play. So really impressive night. It's kind of what I thought I'd see, but I saw a lot of intentional movement on the weak side. Our guys are getting much more comfortable in those sort of clusters of finding back doors, back cuts. I think most of his assists were at the rim. There weren't like kick out to threes. There were a couple of those, but most of them were, I believe, right at the rim. And our guys are doing a great job moving off of him.
JB, is the next step for him and the team to start off offensively like that, like what we saw in the third quarter?
Well, number one, it's got to be start on the defensive end more than anything. If teams are going to score that easily against us defensively, it's going to take a toll on our offense too, because then it's just stagnant, it's slow, they're scoring so easily, we become deflated. It starts with our defense, number one. Secondly, the goal is to play that style of offense, for 48 minutes, as close to that as possible. And when Queen's not in the game, other guys have to do it too. And we have a number of those guys that can do this. Obviously Zion's been a hub historically. Fear's creating for us, getting downhill in the paint. It's going to come different ways, but number one, being unselfish on the weak side, moving the ball, sharing it, playing with great pace. And the goal is to just find high quality shots every possession. And we did that in the second half.
How close is Jordan Poole getting back? I see him out there.
Pretty close. I mean, it feels that way. We had him out there today, a little bit more. My goal is that he gets a full practice in tomorrow, and we'll have a better sense tomorrow after he goes through a full practice.
What did you like about the zone? It seemed like it's been getting better throughout the season, and then some of the best, I think, points per possession wise that had been all year was last night.
Our zone's been good, and it's something we ought to continue to look at, get better at it. We haven't really practiced it at all. We just kind of threw it out there last night with some principles behind it. We had used it a little bit throughout the season, but I think it's a weapon, something we can go to. And our guys did a great job. Now we got a rebound out of it, but we spent some time on it today, spent some time on our man today. Our pick and roll defense was big today. Probably work some transition defense tomorrow, but zone's definitely in the toolbox.
When you look at for answers on defense, how much does it help just to have Herb Jones back out there?
Yeah, it makes us, just putting him out there immediately, the levels raised, the accountability. He makes plays, he puts fires out, he sees stuff before anybody else on the floor. He's a great communicator, so he turns our defense significantly. And he's just a great example for our young guys. Like today we were working on pick and roll defense, and for Fears to watch him or be coached by Herb on how to get through a screen, that's invaluable. I can't teach him how to do that. Herb, he does it every night. I could show him, but Herb actually does this night to night. So it's impressive to just watch him teach these young guys and then go out there and do it himself. It's great to have him back. He was a big part of that run there in the second half too, offensively. He got downhill and kicked it to Queen a couple times at the rim. So it's not just his defense. It's great to have him back overall.
JB, what's the plan for the next week and a half? I think you guys have 6 practices. Is it going to be like a mini training camp almost where you're going to try and hit on everything and then see it in action and up and down scrimmages or whatever?
Yeah, I think the practices sometimes will get a little long just, during the stretch, and that's okay. We got to try to stabilize our defense more than anything. We got to find a foundation defensively, number one right now. Can we get better offensively? Absolutely. We have to. We can't neglect that side of the ball. But I feel like we're in a decent rhythm there offensively. Other than the Brooklyn game, I've been pretty pleased with where we've moved offensively. But defensively, and our offense will only get better the better our defense is. If we can get to a point where we're getting great, stops and we're out running, we're going to be tough to guard. But if we're taking, teams are scoring 77 points a half on us, it's going to stagnate our offense more than anything. So the focus, to answer your question, the focus is going to be on the defensive end. It's going to feel like training camp, guarding the ball, pick and roll defense, transition defense. We're probably going to hit transition defense a lot tomorrow because that's the start of our defense.
As he gets back in the flow, how do you think Jordan Poole is really going to help you guys, just get him back in the line?
Well, he's another weapon. Obviously, we're losing the math game from the three-point line. I expect him to come out and ignite us a little bit more from the three-point line. And he's a playmaker too. He's one of those guys that can make plays off the bounce, in pick and roll, in transition. I think people forget about he's a high-level transition player. He fits with this roster. Getting out, running, getting to the rim in transition, early kick-ahead threes. I mean, he should really elevate our offense more than anything.